And we resume with back to their origin of endless goddamn side quests. Now, we're gonna have to be a little bit careful here. Damn it, never mind, I activated it already.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here.
There's another side quest here, but we need to get past this first.
If you would do us the honor, my lord.
Oh, our father writes us from the past. My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one may we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. Heat, death, heat, death, heat, death. They shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Your father. Fancy signature. I believe his name was Elwyn? It's been a little while.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate. What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim.
You know, no biggie.
Your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies.
Oh, no wonder our mom killed him.
With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria.
He was trying to be so nice, and she was like, no, I can't have that.
Bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides.
The
Those
ninjas.
who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
You can say it was our mom.
Only they are still with us.
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it, at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we
Good.
then?
She's not in this cutscene. No. Don't you guys walk into the other cutscene. Don't you do it. Don't. Okay, good. Man, if you were scared that we were going to progress Joshua's side quest, don't worry. You just had to get that out of the way so we could do the actual side quest we're here for.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god.
The tour of
By
Waloed,
gaining an
exactly.
understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash, a continent teeming with orcs and Akashic.
Oh my god, Clive.
Fully cognizant of the risks,
The ninjas don't care.
I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash.
Yeah, I've died
For
there in
as
like
you
10
so
different
honestly
timelines.
advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
Actually, I've died there in like 20 different timelines. Because Pandemonium killed me a bunch. That Curl Hunt was there and it killed me a few times. And then I also died to both Barony and Ultima, which were both there. I also died to the Behemoth one time too. So there's a lot of dead Clives on Ash.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
Yes, Duty Undying. I think we already have enough quests. We can't do it quite yet, but we can get to it soon. I need to see something. Where did he say we're gonna go? Pickable's Roost? No. It's Isla. Oh, I don't see its name on there. Because, I'll be honest, I looked away for like a second while he said the name of that place. And I must have zoned out too, because I could swear he said Nickelback. And I'm like, the village of, wait, what? Which, I mean, if we have to look at a photograph or something, you know, it'll be fine, but... Alright. We actually might go there first. Halfcombe. I should have actually, can I... Aha, I can prioritize and unprioritize. Damn. Wait, I can do this. Where is it? I'm sorry, Torgal. I do this because I love you, and I want to make you be one of the last ones. So, what is it, Captain? Did the Kamen Rider just do something?
When last I heard from him, the Third Chair was bound for Mickleburg.
Mickleburg.
If
Okay.
you mean to seek him out, my lord, I can think of no better place to start.
Look at the side quest list. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. You won't witness the return of the king, Apollo 3. Yes, I actually...
News has reached us of the
I'll
black
let them
bulb
finish
that
this.
soars over the strait. Lord Cyril has ordered our survey teams to investigate it forthwith. It would seem that your battle is coming to a head, my lord. I pray that you and your brother will emerge victorious.
It's always longer dialogue
May
than
the
I
Firebird's
expect.
flame burn ever in your hearts, and guide you back home safely.
So I did like elements of it, for sure. The sky was really cool.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then
This isn't even your
Let's
side quest,
concentrate on
bro.
finding the third chair first,
Shut
shall
up.
we?
Some nice panels. The designs are fun. As Katie can attest, just a little while ago, actually, we decided to revisit Madoka Magica together. But we had watched it separately, but we did it together for the first time. And it's not like it has the biggest overlap, but if you know Madoka Magica, it's a little awkward to see Mapalo's new series start out when that is fresh in your mind. There's a little bit of an overlap there. Anyways, we'll go to Duty Undying, so Isla's the one to go to there. There's quite the overlap. Even not being fresh was very much the thing I thought, probably too much. And like, there's been so many like even before Madoka, there was always the Magical Girl series that played with things a little bit. Like, there's nothing fresh or new to it. I'll say for context for you though, Katie, definitely part of it is Mapalo 3's art is, to put it shortly, very stylized. Yeah. Which is why, like, while there are some ways where Madoka Magica is clean, it very much has that little bit of style to it from just Shaft doing all their weird Shaftisms. And also, part of the way Madoka Magica works is that it has these like very like slightly deformed moe blob designs for its characters, which makes it work with the context of the series itself. And it's... I went the wrong way. That's not Mapalo 3's design, but he definitely likes his main characters to look. Oh, Mickelberg is behind the door. Oh, they're very distinctive.
Thanks, girl.
One could even say slightly inhuman in how they look. In the same way where, like, it's just a design choice, and it makes them look good and distinctive. It also makes them look kind of different. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. He can draw humans. He chooses not to. Oh, we're just going right into it with this side quest, huh? How are there this many people alive?
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least.
Man, this is a good door. It's kept out a lot of bullshit.
What is going on here?
Ah, did you too heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Yeah, apparently there was a whole town behind the door.
So,
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
it is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
Although...
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their shoals upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Clive starts
Give
swinging.
themselves.
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins. Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Oh, Lord
Free
Sadler.
us from the torment of this mortal realm.
Ahí está. Que
They
hemos
want
de
to be
irnos.
saved.
Tenemos
Forgive
que
me.
irnos. Oh, whatever.
But did another foreigner, like me, come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
So I'll admit, when I went through the door at first, I thought at first this was all going to be like...
Made pure. Let us be made divine.
Oh, that's not good. I thought this was going to be like an illusion thing, and like all these people were already Akashic, and just it was like a weird projection. It seems like it's more just going a classic cult vibe, but either way, it doesn't seem good. Come here, Torgal. I need to feel better.
You alright, boy?
Okay. Spirit's fortified. Let's do this. Actually, while we're here, we might as well should look and see if we can find Odin's thing.
Your friend with the cowl has been staying with me.
Oh, is it right here? No, it's just a chest. Okay. Yay, more money for these Odin accessories I don't care for. Man, I say that. I've had the money increasing one on this entire time when I've long since stopped caring for it. I could have that be something that actively makes me stronger, or even just do things faster that I like to do. Did I? No, I did look there, okay. Oh, so do we think the third chair is actually going to be alive when we see him? Place your bets. Coin flip time. Yeah, because I expect, like, we'd go in there and... Like, I don't think the game would... Like, it would just be his body, right? But I would almost imagine we see him, like, crucified or something. Well, he seems to be okay. Whoa, Joshua just teleported behind us. Alive but turning. Read. The Chronicles of Mirkvar, being a collection of tales as recounted to his most exalted majesty, Lord Bernhard of the Veldemirk. As you are no doubt aware, Lord Bernhard, there was once a race of men who commanded the most forbidden of forbidden magics. But did you ever hear tell of the executors, those charged with driving out these heretics? The order had its origins in the crystalline dominion, by whose ruler's decree it was tasked with the protection of mankind, and sent forth to extinguish the forbidden magic wherever rumors of its use might arise. Having in due course succeeded in their mission, and driven the utterers of the unutterable from the land, these secretive souls withdrew from the stage of history, never to be heard from again. Man, it's been ages since I played a Soul Calibur game. Which, obviously, I'm thinking of because it says stage of history, right? God, was it 2 or 3 I got really into? I've always been awful at fighting games. Part of that being I've never cared to, like, get good at them, like, to practice them. But I think it was, like, 2 or 3 had, like, a story mode that I got really into for a while. And... well, I do love a good hand-to-hand beatdown. I've always been a sucker for more, like, weapon fighters. I don't know, I like both. But there was something about Soul Calibur that makes I like it more than, say, a Street Fighter or something. So, this is Hooded Man. He seems to be, if I can have him load in, he seems to be okay right now.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield.
if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
Seems okay so
You said that
far.
you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith.
Oh.
The more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter.
That sounds like turning to
You've
me.
seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before.
Yeah, it's because they're a cult, bro.
Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... it is different. It is more.
This cult recruited away our own ninja from our
So I will
cult.
see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become Akashic. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
Well, maybe you will get to
I'll
come
find
back
out
with
what.
us.
Stay here.
So, I could see this almost working. Oh, here we go. How dumb is this that basically the...
Flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do.
I mean, Clive, this is what they wanted. Oh, never mind, they're being
Goes as
attacked.
well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready.
I'm just gonna diamond dust a bunch of you. So I thought I was gonna say before fighting happened, which I'm still kind of distracted by. Oh, never mind. I should have said that while I was doing more of that.
What
Mini
now?
ball? The idea that he wants to see them become Akashic when so much of this continent just became Akashic easily anyways. Ooh.
We meet again.
He's got a red skin. It's just kind of dumb.
I've killed your kind before.
Dang, that's actually hurt me. This is what I wanted to do. Oh. Ooh, he's different. Oh wow, this will still do it. Oh, except it won't if it does. Ah, damn it. I always forget it will do that if you don't place it properly. Oh, that whole wasted stagger bar. That's disappointing. Oh. Oh, it leaves an explosion behind. Okay. Aw. I missed time getting that to hit, so that's a shame. I kind of started playing around too much in that fight. Oh, they put me all the way back here? Oh, it's fine. Although, did I get anything in the meantime? I think this chest over here. No, that fight wasn't that bad. Although, admittedly, the way his explosion knocked me out of that one thing was a little bit rude. When is Mickle? Oh, man. Freaking Dark was a trip. Sometimes an okay one. Other times, it was a trip. On the bright side, we can just skip the cutscene, so this will save some time on this. I don't think it tracks you reading that stuff at all, so. Skip. Just skip right to the fight.
Ready, brother? Ready.
That's not really that effective, but it's just kind of fun to do. Kill you. Alright. Let's try to do this fight more serious. Oh. You can't skip that cutscene, it seems.
What now?
I guess because this cutscene really just hides the fact that it's loading the boss. Let's try to do better this time.
We meet again. your kind before.
I'll just do this now. Okay, this will hopefully charge down Tetsukin. And laser. Ah, skate fire. Let's do this again. Bam. This won't give me the full sun test again, but it'll get me up there a good bit at least. Ah, oh, explosion got me that time. And you're done. See, when you don't suck, it's much easier.
Farewell.
Also helps when you walk in there with a full Zon Tetsukin, though. Like, that did help too. Ba, ba, ba.
Damn it.
Wow. Well, Ripper Ninja.
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
Clive, he's gonna die.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation.
Dude.
By devoting themselves to the service of our Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this.
Yeah, he's really dumb.
My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Like, I haven't read or watched Boruto, but I have read and watched all of Naruto.
Look, my lord.
And this guy still might be the dumbest
They
ninja I've ever
are
seen.
saved.
Yeah, they're Akashic, so guess what, buddy? I'm gonna murder them now. Oh, never mind. They're just gonna leave. As pointless deaths go, that was really up there. Oh, they just teleported me back. That was nice of the game.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
Man, and he was the third chair, which means he was a badass in their organization. I'm a little worried that our cult of ninja followers, well, Joshua's cult of ninja followers, are actually really bad.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
The Mickelberg Report. The third chair's report into the teachings of an Ashen Savior cult, its outer edges stained with the same man's lifeblood.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
Bro, so now we
If
can do
you
my
could
quest?
not save him. No one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end.
No,
For
that's
the
not how I'm
right
going to
to
remember
choose
this.
How one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
Yeah, maybe if it's for good terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith.
But maybe make it a
matters not
good
how
cause.
misguided others might judge one's decision to be. Only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them. We protect them. And yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
Joshua, we need to have a talk.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants.
Willingly dumb
And
servants.
this was his will. The ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once.
Oh, Christ.
My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success.
It's much more
And
important,
were they
actually.
here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Like, this book of murders has the name of this jackass who sacrificed himself to save people who immediately became Akashic. Oh, sweet, an orichalcum. And also the name of those people who protected, they gave up their lives to protect people doing just archaeology for something that wasn't even that important. Oh my God. I feel like for people to become Undying Ninjas now, there needs to be a test and registration process. Because very clearly, there's some weeding out that needs to be done. Clayhearth Signboard, the emblem of the Undying's headquarters in Tabor. The village is home to the finest leather workers and lapidaries in Dalmacia, who are little aware that their affable new neighbors are members of a secret society sworn to serve the Phoenix. I can't believe orichalcum was behind this side quest. My God. Okay, well, if I did that, then I think what this means actually is if we go back to the hideaway, we'll hold off on other hunts for now, because I only have the 2 remaining. We'll hold off on that new missive too. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the guy going, here's the end of my storyline thing.
Trouble with your gear, or... So, what'll it be?
Yes, I use orichalcum, and it needs 2 dark steel, and that requires 3 orichalcum. Okay. So, we can make either Ouroboros, which will give us a little bit more defense HP, or the Sons of Ouroboros, which will give us a little bit more defense. So I could either make the ones that are using a stained loincloth and marble flower, or the ones that could be using the stone tongue and comet feather. Ugh, fine, we'll put some stained loincloth on our wrists. Like, look at the flavor text of this. 2 sons did the devourer beget, and like their father would they look ever forward to the past. Okay. No, I'm not going to make both until I'm sure I have enough orichalcum. Because what if the game doesn't give you 5 orichalcum like it definitely does? That's just thinking, which I'm doing and you're not. But no. But what I want to draw attention to is the second paragraph here. Upon placing the smooth leather cuffs upon your wrists, they cinch tight to your skin in an oddly warm embrace. Removing them requires more effort than it should. Now, very clearly, that's just supposed to be the fact that it's Ouroboros, right? It's like it's hugging that and what have you. But I feel like if you're going to tell me it's an oddly warm embrace, that removing them requires more effort than it should, and one of the 3 components is a stained loincloth? Ew. Ew.
No scratches, alright?
Hugs.
Anything else?
Okay. We have these here. Oh yeah. We could listen to this music track I missed too. It is Histoire. That's kind of fun, actually. Alright. Now, I believe the only other side quest we have to do that we haven't picked up yet is under new management too, which we actually know how that's going to go because of that, but do it for your poor Harry. He's so tired of singing he'd be real happy if you bought the other one too. I will get the other one.
At least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
When I have the orichalcum for it, and still also the special final sword.
The Dame actually cares about this town, unlike the Duke. He's only interested in picking our pockets to line his own.
I actually still need to finish that before tomorrow. I got a fair bit into it, but I haven't gotten to the end of the heron grinding.
Welcome!
Increases Heaven's Cloud damage by 15%. Yeah, that one's okay.
I'll be here if you need me.
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna give her credit.
I would speak with
It's the goddamn apocalypse, and she's still keeping up her mercantile routine.
Your town needs you. I need you. But the Duke would have me clapped in irons.
I don't know. You've already had some fun discussion with someone about Fire Emblem stuff. Alright, the Dame, how's it going?
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
I mean, sure, the world is ending. We have actual important friends who need our help to resolve things before the world ends. But let's instead just hang out in this town with its shitty new duke trying to take over. Protect them from just random Akashic traveling by. Why not? Of course.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Damn. I was real curious. I wanted to check and see if they had Sabine up there, since we already know that they gave me spoilers on how this was going to end. But I forgot they don't actually... Active Time Lord never cares about side quests.
Very well. Let us speak.
Or
I trust
real-time
you'll
lore.
forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals.
Okay.
Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him.
Does
But
not
he
sound like a
cannot
good
be
dad.
allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him by all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
I mean, we know that his mind will
She
be
certainly has
changed.
spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve.
Or is it?
Which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares.
Man,
This
it's
is
been a
all
while
about
since the
her and her
spoilers.
father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch. But perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
Hold up.
I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
Okay, again, Jill will kill you, Isabel. Calm yourself. Second, I know that the purpose there was so that we could see Sabine and get introduced to her character. But if you're going to tell me to go talk to someone else to find out something, don't ignore me and have a whole ass conversation with someone else. That was incredibly rude of her. I'm sorry, Clive. Can you give me this moment to deal with this? Okay, good. Now that I've dealt with her, Clive, go talk to this other guy. Ah,
The task
whatever.
of organizing the town watch has been taking up a great deal of Philippe's time of late. And the
Feeling a little
rest he
lonely?
spends guarding the main gate to the markets. You'll find him there, most likely.
Also, I noticed Joshua does not have any dialogue for this questline so far.
Your town needs you.
I don't know how I got Joshua to tag along for all these. It feels a little unintended here, but you know, it is what it is, I guess.
So you are content to abandon the... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
Man, she has some intense daddy issues going on.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know
Everywhere?
Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Isabel being rude aside, I do like how level-headed her and Philippe do the same.
Run like the wind.
Like, I feel like, despite Northreach being an awful racist town, the way it situated the NPCs within it, and their responses to it, just comes off better than a freaking dollar mill with Lubor.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
What I see what I would do. Speed. Don't stop me now. I'm building up some tons of computers. Having a ball. That's taking a while. Hopefully they're within range to get diamond dusted. Yeah, this one wasn't though. Okay, which one's doing that? Fine. Well, that worked. Also, wow, that was a much simpler fight than the other one.
Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. Are you alright?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, that's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople.
We were gone for 5
Stirring up
minutes.
ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Damn, Philippe, you're also smart. I appreciate that. He knows his limits.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. But now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sanbreque, just as great Griga wills it.
Perhaps we could,
father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people. Please, let us not quarrel in the street.
Oh, thank God, an
See
adult's
that
here.
no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore.
Damn.
You have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least
What
I
an
hope
asshole.
they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Brandit.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griega.
Damn.
I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand.
Oh, yeah, look at his immediate cowardice, too.
Did you hear me? That was an order.
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
I mean,
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
after watching her viciously burn that man alive, who wouldn't be on her side?
But she is but a common...
Whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
Yeah. Suck it, loser.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you, both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
Like, I feel like on paper, I'll let you have the south. I'll just commando through the north. Hey, if it worked for Moraine, it can work for Clive. I don't know. Like, I feel like
You said to bring our wounded here.
And we'll be ready for them. We've got ointments and linens aplenty.
this is way closer to Dalamil than I feel like it is. But like, they're like night and day for me. Well, I'm like, hell yeah. And I'm like, Lubor's okay.
I have served the Duke for many years, and I hope to do so for many more. But I cannot turn my back on these people. Our people.
Yeah, good for you, dude.
When the fighting begins, we can take refuge in the barracks.
But yeah, sometimes you just gotta commando through the north.
If any get by, you can trust we'll be here to meet them head on.
Okay. I could bring out Ambrosia, but it doesn't really feel like it's worth it.
There are so many of them.
Not for long.
Oh man, look at this Zantetsu can go up. Let's wipe out these guys.
Is it over?
No, there's gonna be more.
No. It's only just begun.
Oh, it's one of these guys with his spirits within.
Let's try.
Oh, I did not time that properly. There we go. The bulk of the non-NPCs are on the oppression side, so they have logic and charisma. This is true. Oh, you're facing the wrong way, Clive. Oh, this might be enough to kill it, though.
Farewell.
It still worked out.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Joshua's just off screen like, the hell, bro? It's like, look, Joshua, you are canonically not here. Even though they gave you a line of dialogue.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate.
Oh, somehow I bet Isabel has a strong hand.
Them together. Not by force.
Because of the occupation.
Nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
A novel concept, indeed.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that.
Did he say that?
And I am sorry.
I thought he said the opposite.
I'm sorry too, Father.
Which is why Dion was like, Dad,
I
you're
should
being
never
evil.
have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing.
We just said it until he
I should have
didn't.
listened to you.
That's fair.
To all of you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity, not just for Northreach.
Sorry
but
about
the
that.
entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Like Emperor back in Sid time was even then 5 years later conquer all the Emperor. Yeah. It's just our mom had that long to work.
Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here,
He didn't need to be
we should see
redeemed,
if Isabel
but
needs any help moving the wounded.
I guess it's okay. You know, there are worse people who were retired, so. Oh, okay, I guess we'll speak with her.
There's no need to worry any longer.
One of the dames, aren't you? Leave it to her to spot an able body.
Ma'am, I am spoken for. Like 2 times over.
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
It did feel better than the redemptions in Dalamil, it is true.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
She is lucky that we don't have Jill traveling around with us right now.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the veil that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister.
That was nice of them.
And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Did the anti-pirate racism become much worse after your love died?
For sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know.
Shocking.
That is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Quest complete. Hey, there you go. See, all we had to do was work for the dame, and you got what you wanted. And we got the Vale signboard. The emblem of the Vale, Northreach's far-famed house of ill repute. The town is the gateway to the imperial capital of Oriflamme, where waves of old money and new lap against the opposing sides of the Great Wall. Progress on certain quests is no longer limited.
We have brought Northreach together. Now the fight begins to keep her together. For if this town is to survive, we must all play our part, including you, Clive.
Interesting. Oh, I wonder if we had to do this quest before this trial and error one, maybe. Or did more activate? I wasn't even thinking about that. I was still thinking about quest. I see you were thinking the same. It's just funny to me that it gave me that. It told me that one. It hadn't even come up.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want?
Alright. At least this belt is made with just a feather and a... I mean, it's still made out of a tongue, though. Oh, well, whatever.
Should last you a good while. Anything else?
Alright. Well, while we're here... Did we get a new hunt? Why did he update? Ooh, Patron's Whisper.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Continental acclaim from Gareth. Oh, there is something I locked behind finishing quest. Okay. If the drunken galley... Gareth. If the drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to be believed, what of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent? What is more, she claims there are those who would see you flourish, herself being one such woman. Genji gloves.
Here you are.
Now,
Best of luck out there, Sid.
if I'm right, the Genji gloves are very good, aren't they? Yes, they just increase damage dealt to enemies. I've seen things where, like, you have, like, it's New Game Plus, so it's the improved version of these, right? But the island warriors of the Far East are said to claim a piece of the armor of a slain soldier following a battle, wearing it over their own until the next encounter, at which time they finally remove it. The warriors believe that the spirit of the fallen foe will now lend them their strength. Alright, Nectar. What did we even unlock? Oh, my goodness. The Grim Reaper. There's a saying among the Imperial soldiers of the Northreach garrison, steer clear of the drowned tower, lest the spectre's sickle reap your root. They speak in typically uncouth terms of the thrall that dwells within the ether flood, one whose frightful aspect and command over lesser minions would appear to mark him as a high-ranking member of his species. And then the Penton's Gate Sanbreque. Oh, it's a dragoon. Okay. Most pilgrimages to the holy capital of Oriflamme pass through the Penitent's Gate on the road from the Royal Meadows. Of late, however, a knight in shining armor has elected to station himself beside the entrance, accusing any and all passerbys of being Sid the Outlaw, the one who led Prince Dion down the path to destruction, and challenging them to a duel to the death. Alright. Well, let's do one of these hunts as we unlock the few, so. Gilded Path, Titan's Wake, Dalmekia. Titan's Wake is in here. It might be here, or it might be here. Let's start from the Gilded Path. I'm glad more hunts are spawning in, though. That's good. Burbs. We're gonna ignore the burbs. That's just a Helgaroo.
Holding back.
Although this area looks like it's a small arena to fight something in, but... Wow, I must have missed this ages ago. Ring of the Demolitionist. It can't even be worthwhile, but what is it? Increases magic burst damage by 15%. I have yet to encounter a problem a well-timed explosion cannot solve. 2nd Legion Imperial Sapper, Guy the Fox. I mean, when you're right, you're right. Yo, it said Titan's Wake. Hopefully it didn't mean Gilded Path over here, right? Ah, there we go. Right here. Thanatos rank A.
Friends, Ultima. If it's me you want, I'm right here. Nice try.
Are you done yet? Oh, that came out faster than I was expecting. On. Ah, excellent. I did it in time. Oh, I'm so glad I can see how cool this looks. I should have also been... Oh, whatever. Thanks for the free meter, dumbass. Oh, that was still going. Build up some Tetsuki. You're actually not gonna make it, so I'm just gonna... And good night. I mean, it is satisfying to use on Tetsukin and kill them with the power of anime. Oh, this is one of the Dark Steels, or the Prince of Death. Extremely similar to iron, yet darker, harder, and heavier. Whatever fell magics Ultima employed in its creation, the metal has thus far proven impossible to reproduce, obtained by defeating Thanatos, or the Prince of Death.
Don't come back.
Okay, well, the Prince of Death is probably... It's probably that other one I just mentioned, right? I don't remember where it was at, though, so... But the one that's a Reaper? Which I should probably save, honestly, but it's okay. Nectar's disturbing Moogle sounds. The Grim Reaper, yeah. Cape Orsier, Sanbreque. Okay. So Rosaria, Sanbreque is here, yeah. Croc, Heaven Hall, Glorious, Montbreux, and that was where the dragon was. Advent, Baywatch, Moor, Orson, Rise, Penitent's Gate. Aha! If only we could teleport to the Hand of Bemis. Well, I guess the closest we're gonna find is going through Northreach, so.
And how might I help the garrison today?
The garrison did away with posting guards here at the wall. Now any man, woman or branded can pass freely.
God damn it, lady. I heard the way you said branded there. God damn it. Like, I guess that was one of the other advantages Northreach had. Dahlmill was hiding its awful racism, so it could surprise us with it. Meanwhile, Northreach always sucked about that, so we already kind of mentally gave up on it.
The Duke.
I told the dame I would take the largest residence in Northreach, yet she outright refused my coin. Some nonsense about having enough space for everyone.
Wow, okay, dude. Oh, let's grab this item. Alright, good. We just need to go this direction. Dude here to be the sucky NPC. Yeah, really. Now this is going to be a little bit dangerous because the Reaper is going to be like the scythe wielding guys, and I've always been bad at those. So I might die a few times with this one. Did I miss him? Oh no, he might just still be here. We didn't spawn him by here. None of you guys look like you're the right type, right? No, you're Akashic Evis, Akashic Dragonets. Maybe he was in a Westwatch? Oh, there you are. I completely missed you. How did I miss you?
Straight home now.
Prince of Death. How edgy. I keep forgetting to do the thing I need to do, but yeah, that's what I thought. I cannot time this properly at all. At least I pulled off this properly. I missed the stagger for there. Oh, you know what? Do I end time? Yes, I do. Okay, cool.
Nice try.
Actually, that's... Okay. Had to brute force this, but I think I've managed to pull it off. But as I said, never been good at fighting though, so almost got me. And then there's the other Darksteel.
I'm getting tired of these things.
Which I believe means... I think those were the two things I needed to make the final weapon. I might have one more thing I need to get. I just remember the Darksteels. Needed that or a Calcum, and I think it was one extra thing too.
Trouble with your gear, or... So, what'll it be?
Ah, it was the primitive battle horn. Look at that, 55 and 55. Gotterdammerung. If Ragnarok was forged to mark the war of the gods, then Gotterdammerung, meaning Twilight of the Gods, was forged to mark the fall of those self-same deities.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. That it? Fine.
Alright, now we need to go to appearance. Oh, does it just look the same? Oh. Just a shinier Ragnarok. That's a little bit disappointing. Levenbolt, Everdirk, Invictus. Well, we'll keep it though. It is our special sword made from the boys. So we will retire Weeb Clive. That's disappointing though. I think it was the actual best weapon stock on New Game Plus, but still dumb. Yes, this is true actually, yeah. They could at least make this look different, you know? Alright. Well, let's now go to Northreach. I do appreciate when games do give you reasons to do New Game Plus, but at the same time, I do see the argument too when like a game is this long. Because obviously the way I've been streaming it, I've made it take longer too, but it's still, especially when you're doing all the side content, it's not short. So to lock stuff like that behind New Game Plus, it's a little egregious.
I'm nervous. Is it alright to be nervous?
I don't care either way, so long as you do as I tell you. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
Even if Gav's not involved, but...
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
Not that easy.
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
He's a little himbo. I think it means he's perfect for the job.
Gav isn't our
That's
best
fair.
because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
Is it just me? Or is this a really weird quest for this point in the game?
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Like, maybe something comes up later on. But so far, this feels markedly like this is not meant for endgame. Like, it makes so little sense. A little bit kind of like hope for the future generation kind of thing. I get that. It's more the fact that, like, we are in full-on apocalypse. Everything has gone to shit mode. And we're having this guy test by sneaking into, like, an Imperial base, and it's just weird.
Ready, go? Faster!
Oh man, I have like no meter left. That's okay. I managed to beat the Grim Reaper in one go, so I'll take it. Except for all the quests. To a degree, yes, but there's some of them that like...
Kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready.
I mean, First of all the ones that are on Ash, by virtue of being on Ash, already have more of a justification than this one does. The others are all basically loyalty missions, which at this point are grandfathered in.
Or maybe not.
Well, it was working out. Like in the broad stroke that they're all silly, yes.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, oh, damn it. That messed up. I knew the timing wasn't working there. I got greedy. Not what I meant to do, but I'll take it. Just spamming all the things while it's down. I killed it with lightning rod. That's kind of goofy. But yeah, you're right. In broad strokes, yes. It's all the side quests right before the end game are all kind of goofy. But so far, this one has felt extra goofy.
Ember, are you... Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
I've got some Zontetsuken meter, but that's okay. I was gonna walk there. I'm gonna teleport there. See what time I can during this endless side quest hell.
Said they take another 100. I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
Very cheeky.
And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
He has the right personality at least. And that's the most important thing in a scout.
This won't be an easy decision.
Go back to the hideaway.
You should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, neither did you, I hear.
He does have a certain gavness about him. He really does feel like it.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
Does Ember deserve passing marks? Yes or no? He did freeze up, but he still did it as we were fighting cheekily. And we've already had to save Gav once or twice too. I feel like he's Gav enough.
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
I think Otto agrees
Just
about
don't
the
tell Gav I
Gavness.
said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Well, we helped teach him a lesson too. All's well that ends well. Oh man, Breath of Lightning pile drive.
Sid, I wanted you to know. I will be taking personal responsibility for Ember's combat training. And I will not let you down.
Now, such a chill dude, like, kind of keep up on me how much I like him. Yeah. He's got that nice chill manager vibe, which is good for that. There's a new quest here. Okay. That really feels like, though, the first quest in a chain that would have a second quest line, like right here. Ah, that's how we unlock the Gav quest. I guess since I'm right here.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So,
That's cute.
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Okay, well, we'll offer to help and make a baby
Is there anything
gift.
I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught luckier in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
So, Gav, you, interested in the pregnant lady, huh? She's a bit young for you. Ambrosia's basically what kind of a silver chocobo is likely to find. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's like the same thing, but because he knows we have Ambrosia, even though she canonically can not exist right now because they made her a side quest weirdly. But you know, like if you always have Ambrosia there, it's not as special to get a feather from her versus this random silver chocobo. Alright. What quest do we still have? Right, Garnick is Vivian's. That's Gav's. Joshua's thing. Mid's thing. Mid probably I'd rather do first. That's the uncle's. We'll hold off on Torgal. Ah, yes. Doris's too, okay. And the rest of them... Yeah, we'll do Vivian before Mid, although I feel like Mid's is also one I'm gonna make sure to do. Okay. Sometimes it's more work to try to prioritize these things. Okay. Actually, most of these are in over here, right? Yes, yes they are. Nobody's tool. Balmung Dirk.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
I hate to tell you this, Clive, but if there's a time thing, she's a doom. And here we go. That was worth more experience than I was thinking it would be. Oh, why'd it have to be? You know what? Let's just run past these bombs, Ambrosia.
All right. No need to ride from here. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly.
I forgot his name was Chadwick.
The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
I forgot we were trying to find her childhood friend.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Oh yeah, this whole area is some place we need to look. Okay.
Locked up tight.
I guess we have to go around this way. You know what? Get diamond dusted. That was necessary, but it was fun. Balmung Dirk, writ of designation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Well, that'll be fun. We could go up, but Dora said she was gonna go look up. We'll stay down. Now, if I look here, there's another one. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Walooder lives. Oh, this place is fucking lovely.
Lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Like, man, and the Empire really sucked, so Barney's place just really sucked balls. Ooh. Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. Jesus Christ.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
I mean, man.
Nothing but a Kashik down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
I would say at this point, let them all die, but they all kind of did die. Like, Ultima took care of that for us, so... It is not looking good for her childhood friend, though. Oh, we're gonna level up here. And there we go. Empty shirt. Oh, that was just the end of the line. Okay. Gaming. Yeah, it looks like from all the side content, we'll get close to level 49. What's up, Doris?
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse.
Oh, it's almost definitely true.
Against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death.
Yeah, people
Not
suck.
just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And
Oh,
those who
man.
wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Also, I don't care how racist you are, Jaloski, to the bearers. Like, even if you think you're that different, I still feel like it's just a bad idea to take a monster and feed it any kind of human flesh. Like, that's just giving it a bad habit.
If we don't find any survivors, we've risked our lives for nothing. Take care. That creature might still be here somewhere.
Oh, it's cute Doris doesn't think I want to fight this creature. Oh well. Especially because this Kuza monster probably already missed the stairs down. Like, it's not like it would have noticed the bearer mark and would be like, I'm just gonna eat those humans. Even if it prefers those people, it'd be like, well, occasionally I find humans that taste a little better. I should probably make it a habit to eat more and more people so I can find them more. Like, come on, guys, just... But I guess when you're gonna be an evil douche, you're just gonna be an evil douche, right? Alright, release lock.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Let's go find the monster. Ooh, chest. Some amber, nice. Oh, they missed a child.
She sounds close.
Alright, sorry, child. I just had to collect those 4 things of clutch mine first.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them.
Forget you, child. I need this useless chunk.
Was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away.
Aw.
He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too.
Chadwick was a good guy.
He opened your cell, didn't he? You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
Time to kill a
You
monster.
put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Oh yeah, nice big arena fight. I got some Tetsukin, but we'll save that. Got a cool snap. There we go. Look, it's another behemoth. Kuza beast. Oh, Doris, you got me a hunt. You shouldn't have.
Beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Yeah, it's just... Oh, timed that improperly. go. And laser. Oh, we killed it already. I mean, the other bearers were less well equipped to deal with it. There's another behemoth shackle. Chadwick softened it up for us.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I mean, a little bit.
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not.
If you gotta go out.
After from now on. It's the least I can do.
I think sacrificing yourself fighting off a giant monster you were not equipped for to save a little child, that's a pretty good way to have to go if you gotta go, you know?
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
Haida Marie?
I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
I've heard of Heidi's. Heard of Marie's and Mary's.
Former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey.
That is it, name.
Supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Chadwick was a really cool dude.
Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Yeah, that was alright. That was a nice little quest. Quest complete. Nobody's tool. Ah, the Breath of Darkness Gungnir. No, Taurus, why did you leave us right by Asta? How could you do this to us? Run, Clive, run.
Normally, I wouldn't recommend going anywhere near an adamantus, let alone one that's had a few centuries to let its temper simmer.
Man, I forgot about that. Ah, there's Doris.
Marie has taken a liking to her new home. How her spirit survived Balmung Dark unbroken, I'll never know.
What did we just unlock? The Masterless Marauder, an S-rank hunt. The Waloed army captured such beasts and tried to train them to serve. This particular specimen's training has long since ceased. Whether its captors turned Akashic with the rest of their comrades, or were eaten by their pet when it broke free from its bonds, we shall never know. All we do know is that there is none left alive who knows the words to put an end to its rampage. Only a show of force will suffice. Well, you clean out the arena. That's true. Oh, look, they actually put Kuza Beast in here, even though it was one that just showed up there, but... Night of the Splendid Heart. The Blood Moon. Blood Moon might be worth doing, just not to have to do it. I think I'll leave the S rank and the Night of Splendid Heart for now, at least. The Croc Sanbreque. I might have enough time to... We'll hold off on that for now. I'll check for it later. Martha's Rest. Silver Linings. Man, it keeps wanting me to do Torgal's quest line. Is there a quest line... Is there a quest that happens after Torgal's quest? Do you remember, Katie? Like, do I have to do his to unlock another one? Because if so, that just is going to be the actual last quest. Because I'm going to hold off on his for now. Because I want to leave it. But... Make for Gurnik, retreat to the Badback Conservatory. We'll go back to Waloed. Oh yeah, it says you have to do all the quests on Long Shields. They leave the waifu for last. I can see the logic to that. Even if really the most important is Torgal. But you know, people always think with the other head more than the top head. They would think the waifu should be last instead. Even though Torgal's been the single most faithful companion. Oh. He's right there. No, we'll find him later. I didn't think he was going to be right there. Oh, man. It's good to know he'll be easy to find, though.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
Oh yes, I already did go through here, didn't I? I'm actually kind of astonished I didn't actually run right into him. Like I must have been pretty close to his radius too. Royal Intelligencer Training Report. In the wake of the tragic fire at Cair Norvent in 873V, and the subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced intelligencers, all mainland strongholds were instructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improvised weaponry, and assassination techniques, and dispatch promising volunteers to Stonehere for inspection. This report details progress made by the stronghold at Gurnik in reinvigorating Waloed's ranks of esteemed intelligencers.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from a local barracks?
A complete botany of Banes. Iter fotida, or tail of wyvern. White of flower and black of root, the latter of which gives out an inky gall when cut or crushed. The tribesmen of Northern Storm prick their skin with oaken needles soaked in such, drawing curious patterns about their arms and legs in honor of their heathen gods. The gall is passing toxicate that a single drop taken by mouth may result in cramps most painful for 5 days and 5 nights, or if applied to a wound, certain death. Should a slip of the needle end a young warrior's life, it is said that his skin print failed to find favor among the heavens.
His interests were certainly varied.
The folklorist's fabulary, the Moogle. No spirit or sprite appears more often in Valthayan folktales than the humble Moogle, though they are occasionally painted as mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps. Most stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labors. They are said to have sweet tooths, leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweetmeats uncovered overnight, lest naught remain but crumbs come morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered head to toe in soft white fur, except the small dark wings by which they are somehow able to take flight, and the brightly colored pom-poms that protrude from the tops of their heads. And yet, there is one detail regarding the Moogle that most find more remarkable than even the orb that tops its brow: the fact that the creatures actually exist. Clive isn't crazy? Preposterous, I hear you cry. Everybody knows that Moogles are the stuff of legend. I quite agree, but every legend has its basis in truth, and in the case of the Moogle, the fact may not be so dissimilar to the fiction. Ancient bestiaries list the white mole whose feet did not touch the ground amongst the beasts of the realm, and the illustration beside the name, why, it is none other than the Moogle. Or is Clive, I mean. Of course, it is true that the creatures are not known to still survive in the twins in the modern day. Perhaps their miniature wings carried them to other climes. Perhaps they were hunted to extinction. Or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden away far from human view. Clive and this guy could both be crazy. This is also a very good point. Nothing to say about the Moogle, Clive? Fine. From a Distance. Chapter 16. Because of course it's Chapter 16. The Fall of the Bearers. The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those with a gift came to be commonly known is most likely a contraction of Bearer of the Heavenly Blessing, the wording used by the tribunes of the time. Those born with the blessing were lauded as living crystals and granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become a full-fledged religion led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove fateful. The diverse nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval of the founding of the church. While the authorities had for years welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state, they were mistrusting of an organization led by bearers for bearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from their holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meetings by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution, and yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancor, and a growing rift between those born with the blessing and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh a generation and decimated the population of men and bearers both. The deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Valsdaean people. After the bearers' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Valsdaea came together to sign the Continental Accord that initiated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. Its well-known phrase, "bearers are other than human," has its roots in the bitter war of the years before, being the unblessed's only excuse for their calamitous refusal to allow the blessed to decide their own destinies. Well, that explains the vehemence of the racism a little bit, at least.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
From a distance. Man, what if I teleported away?
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Nice.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions.
When even Clive calls you out on it.
Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Good luck, dude. Oh wow, look at you guys spawning in afterwards.
Let's see, shall we?
And you have an axe man even. Spooky. Come on. Yes. Perfectly timed. And I'll melt most of what remains with this. Underwhelming, but they can't always be flashy ends.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull.
Damn!
So let me answer for you.
Damn!
There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they
I disagree.
came to pass.
People suck.
It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves.
Oh, good
from
luck, dude.
knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book for now.
Yeah, I
The world
killed the
is
people
small.
you tried to...
We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait.
Man, this is like...
Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
I don't want to say this to sound like I want more side quests. Because I don't. But this is like the third or fourth one in this End of Final Chains, which feels almost like it's a condensed side quest. Where like I could see there have been like 2 or 3 of these like side quests for Vivian, and you have more of a like ongoing rapport with these characters. But in the end, they just like, they only had the time or only cared enough to do the one for her. Which, I mean, this game has a lot of content in it already. Goodness knows. Hell, it could have been a thing where maybe that was too many side quests, because it does feel like... Not that I mind doing these, I'm trying to go completions for them anyways. It does feel like there need to be a little bit more variety to the side quests, maybe. So it's entirely possible maybe there was actually more planned and they were like, maybe at this point we need to cut. What do I have to, oh, I gotta go all the way around? Ugh, fine. I knew I was going too far. This is fine. Come on. There we go.
Back to the stables, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry's still here.
Hopefully. Cold snap. Oh, this thing is in there? Did I miss it? Was it in one of these? Or was it back here in Gurnik? Did I not see it? I was completely not even looking for it. Oh, the section I am in. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't have time for it tonight, so... Like, I guess I have 20 minutes. I could try to do it in this time. But I don't think so. Especially because I have a feeling. I've got a feeling. But no, who needs to think about the Black Eyed Peas right now? I'm probably going to lose it once or, like, I have really good stats, obviously. I have the end game gear, which might carry me through that. But the problem with Odin, it's not really a huge problem. But I do rely on Limit Break and Semi-Priming as a feat to kind of carry me health-wise through those. And the whole point with Odin stuff is that you have to choose between building up that versus on Tetsukin meter, right? So... the trade-off being, of course, that once you pop off on Tetsukin, you murder things. Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Okay. The hand of the hand of enchiladas. Enceladus. Okay. Good, now it's on the map. Well, thank you for letting me to know to look for that. So that's on there for later. I think I would have probably checked for it, but I might have missed it too, so. It's okay, Torgo, we'll do it. You can be less excited. Conditioning schedule. Today's exercises will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for such duration as instructor shall dictate, the furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased, live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds, depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
Badback Conservatory, Writ of Incorporation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby incorporates this institution, wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the state as soldiers. Trainees succumbing to the crystal's curse, or otherwise perishing, are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposal within its bounds is punishable by death. Jesus Christ. The death penalty for people wanting to bury the bearers in the graveyard? Come on, guys.
Disposed of.
It's cartoonish.
Roman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
I have recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Wow, dude, you fucking sucked. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wife's, all of them. All those children. So many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer. And so I have decided, tomorrow, I too must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb, and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree, whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
I mean, Clive, it reads like a suicide note because it literally is one. Assisted suicide, it sounds like, but... I think it was describing that tree. Yeah.
Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see.
Like, I mean, at least he eventually realized he really sucked. But a little... too little, too late, my dude. Badback Conservatory. Registry of Bearer Losses. 846V08E16D. Hans, 10 years old. Classification. Alfred, 9 years old. Succumbed to conditioning. Franz, 12 years old. Classification. Paulina, 10 years old. emaciation. Oh my god. Like, I assume these are like months and then the day. Oh, jeez. 846V, 08E, 17D. Bruno, 11 years old. Disciplined for attempted flight. Johanna, 12 years old. Disciplined for attempted flight. Like, no wonder you were guilty, dude. You killed some of them for trying to get away from your shitty place. 846V, 09E, 18D. Reinhardt, 9 years old. Succumbed to conditioning. Marta, 10 years old. Succumbed to conditioning. Lothar, 12 years old. Lithification. Dietrich, 11 years old. Emaciation. 2 of them starved to death. 846V, 09E, 19D. Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Jesus Christ.
Names. This place was a slaughterhouse.
Waloed sucked.
Of all this misery. It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Ow. I just wanted to kill the Akashic Gunvalder.
This one.
Ah, excellent. I did pull it off.
You're finished.
Like, man, it was like Barney's Kingdom was looking at Sanbreque, and they were like, man, those guys suck and are racist as hell. We gotta show them who can really do this thing. Like, it wasn't a competition, guys.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Alright. So, that is this section of Waloed done. We'll go back here. Alright, we need to let Vivian know we found the thing, too. More than words, litany of errors. It's like, come on, do the dog quest. I'm like, I want to save Torgal for last. Well, as last as I can leave him. Although probably it actually unlocks something helpful that would apply this entire time, but whatever. I don't need it.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
From a distance, no mention is made as to the name of the author. Whether that is because the title page has been lost to time, or because the tome was published anonymously, it is impossible to say.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A
That's
gallows
fun.
stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species.
Oh, mood.
She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat
It shouldn't be. You've contributed
perhaps the
very
result of
little.
studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended.
That's still
The
kind
more
of cute,
I
though.
study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Oh, that was a nice little capstone quest for her. For a character who exists for a function that is mostly there just to remind you of things. And is kind of goofy, honestly. Scholar's Bonnet. Vivian Ninetails' scholarly headwear, awarded to her upon the completion of her studies at the University of Canver. You know, is it just me or is it a little weird that the one character called Ninetails has to be the one who worries about the executors? Yeah, see, it's a Pokemon joke. It doesn't even make a ton of sense either because Ninetails is a fire type kind of special wall, and Executor is a grass psychic, but it's more offensively built. Oh, I wonder if that's one of the hunts we could do. The Wailing Banshee. Interesting. Well, let's go turn in the other quest. I don't think I'm going to have time to do one of these other hunts, sadly. But we have gone through most of the non-core character side quests, I'd say. Which is kind of my goal for this one.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
Bearer Registry. A concise and disturbingly detailed record of bearer orphan deaths at the Bad Back Conservatory.
If I may? The Bearer Registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday.
Trauma will do that.
Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush.
The light approves,
All
apparently.
of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Quest complete. Litany of errors. Mouse with a lot of experience. Uses mesmerize cooldown time for breath of ice. Okay.
The realm will hear of Badbach, and I pray that the tale of my fallen friends will spare future generations the horror we endured. Thank you for helping keep their memory alive.
All right. No new quests, right? No. Wait. Oh, we got a missive that's a new quest? God dang. Well, let's get that then. I was going to try to sneak in another hunt, but I guess we'll do this first.
Has Mitterdol mentioned
Run from Asta. Like the fact she would go after Clive and she knows about Jill. She is a frightening woman. Not to be messed with. We'll go to Clive's room. God damn it, Oscar, every time. Okay. A new day. Lubor writes us, I'm not so foolish to believe that a single shaming at the hands of the town urchins can dispel a lifetime of hatred built up in one's heart, just as a pot cannot be made clean by reminding it of its grime. It takes effort, persistence, and more often than not, a stiff brush and a bucket of lye. But more than that, it takes time. Fortunately, your courage and leadership has granted us just that. We must now decide whether to embrace or to waste it. A wise man once said, the night is always darkest before dawn. It is a good thing, then, I count one who burns so bright amongst my friends. Lubor. A note of thanks from Cyril. My Lord Marquess, I write to thank you for the kind consideration you have shown for those whose names are written within the pages of the Book of Martyrs. I know that it would move them deeply to know that the first shield of the Phoenix laments their passing. Though each and every member of our order stands ready to sacrifice their lives in service of the Phoenix, I do not doubt that those who are taken before their time go with regret for the long years of duty left undone. That they should live on in the memory of a proud son of House Rosfield, such as yourself, shall surely go some way to soothing their sorrows. May the Phoenix's flame burn ever in your heart. Cyril, bearer of the burning quill. Oh, he just signs with like one letter. Like he's fancy. That which conquers all. The dame writes us, here, not long removed from when last you placed yourself between us in peril, I sit and pen yet another letter in which I try and find the words, somehow express the gratitude of an entire town. Still, something feels different about our latest triumph. Where in the past we leaned ever so heavily upon your good graces, this time we found strength elsewhere, in ourselves and your good graces. Our hardship has shown us that which should not have been... Our hardship has shown us that which should have been apparent all along. We are not as different as we want to believe. Does a peasant love his homeland any less than a noble? Does a bearer love his family any less than another man does his own? It is this love that has united us and given us true strength. Should every thrall, Akashic, bandit, and brigand in the realm come charging our gates, we will not fret, we will not falter. We will fight, and we will win. Isabel. It helps that Isabel also just has that charismatic way with words. Making amends. Yes. Hippocrates writes us, Master Clive, I am aware there are matters of much greater import which demand your attention, but should you find yourself a moment, I bid you visit me in the shelves, that I might ask a single favor concerning His Highness, Prince Dion. Hippocrates. Aw, it's about Prince Dion. That's okay. I like Dion too.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
A tale to tell. Okay, we'll save that one too. Oh, while we're here too. The Vale signboard. The emblem of the Vale, Northreach's far-famed house of ill repute. The town is the gateway to the imperial capital of Oriflamme, where waves of old money and new lap against the opposing sides of the Great Wall. However, the Vale's proprietor Isabel knows it's best as a safe haven in a storm. The town that took in her and the man she loved, when the rest of the world shunned them. Briar's Kiss signboard. The emblem of the Briar's Kiss, the finest forge in Dalamil, run by its pluckish and precocious young forge master, Lubor. He inherited both his forge and the role of desert hare from his predecessor, the original Ruzina Dalamil. Though the mayoralty of Dalamil he won entirely by his own merits. Clayhearth signboard. The emblem of the Undying's headquarters in Tabor. The Undying are a secret society sworn to serve House Rosfield, and more particularly, the dominance of the Phoenix that are born into the Rosfield line. Such is their acolytes' faith in the Phoenix, they will gladly surrender their lives if it should be for the benefit of their master. And then the scholar's bonnet. Vivian Ninetails' academic cap, awarded to her upon her graduation from the University of Canver. Now Vivian shares her learning with Clive, the gift of the bonnet serving as a pledge that so long as they remain together, her knowledge shall be as much his as it is her own. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 more to get. But for now, let's go to journal. We have 6 of these. Let's see. Is there Hippocrates, Gav, Joshua, Mid, Byron. Okay. So I think what we'll do, definitely Mid first. I want to leave the uncle for pretty late too. And Dion, I mean, this is Dion. We made Josh for a while. So we'll do Gav. Oh, they just do these. Oh, I see how they do these. Okay. Okay, so if I want to do it last, okay. Joshua, Gav. Yeah, so we'll do Mid first, then we'll do Gav, Then we'll do Joshua. And we might unlock more too. But this leaves our uncle, Torgal, and Dion. And then Jill. And there's... Oh, that might be it, actually. Well, no, wait. We have 8. There is 6 of these. Jill would be the 7th. There must be one more. Who is left, actually? Not counting those. Because if Dion counts as one, I guess Harpocrates maybe? Unless that is Harpocrates. Whatever. I digress. We did get through a bunch of side quests. We got through a fair amount of hunts. I got a fair bit of ability points from that. So next time, we'll do more. Whenever that will be. But for now, thanks for hanging out with me in this endless side quest. We're not making progress in the story, but we're at least making progress in the side content. But for now, I bid you all adieu. Good night.